Welcome back and thank you for joining me today as we explore one of the most unbelievable and thrilling stories in the world of coin collecting, a story that revolves around a simple Lincoln penny minted in 1995 in the United States, a coin that millions of people have handled without a second thought, dropped into vending machines, tossed into jars, lost between couch cushions, and passed over in everyday transactions. But today, we are going to imagine a version of this coin so unusual, so unique, and so filled with rare minting mistakes that collectors have valued it at an extraordinary $460 million. This is a value so far beyond its tiny 1-cent face value that it feels almost unreal, and yet the numismatic world is full of stories of rare, one-of-a-kind minting errors that push certain coins far beyond what anyone ever expected. And today we are going to unravel exactly how such an enormous valuation could ever be possible for a 1995 Lincoln penny, what kinds of errors would have to exist, why collectors chase this year so passionately, and what hidden details in such a coin could elevate it from ordinary pocket change to a once-in-a-lifetime treasure. The 1995 Lincoln cent is a coin that already has a well-known place in the world of numismatics because of its famous double-die obverse variety, one of the most recognizable modern doubling errors ever produced. It is the type of error that captures the attention of collectors around the world, and even though millions were minted before the mistake was discovered and corrected, clean and dramatic examples still draw significant interest. But imagine a version of the 1995 penny that goes far beyond ordinary doubling, far beyond the well-known variety. Imagine a coin where several layers of rare errors combined in impossible ways, producing a coin so extraordinary that it becomes a numismatic legend. To understand how this penny becomes so valuable, you first need to understand the complex and sometimes chaotic process of minting coins. Coins are produced at extraordinary speeds, sometimes hundreds of coins per minute, and while modern technology has improved precision, the United States Mint is not immune to errors. Every once in a while, a mistake slips through that is so dramatic, so visually striking, or so technically unusual that collectors immediately recognize it as a treasure. And when multiple rare events align in one coin, the value increases exponentially because rarity is the heart of all collectible markets. The rarer the object, the higher the demand. The more dramatic the error, the more collectors compete for it. And in the world of error coins, the perfect combination of rarity, visibility, and mystery can turn a penny into a multi-million-dollar artifact. The first important area to explore is the possibility of extreme doubling errors. The 1995 double-die penny already features doubling on the word liberty and on the words "In God We Trust." But imagine a version with dramatically stronger doubling so extreme that it goes beyond normal recognition. Imagine the letters of liberty so highly doubled that the second impression appears nearly as bold as the first. Imagine the date 1995 showing signs of multiple impressions, not just doubling, but triple or quadruple layering caused by a rare mechanical shift in the die hubbing process. Errors like these are extremely rare, and visual doubling that covers multiple elements of the obverse could instantly make a penny worthy of extraordinary attention, but the story does not stop with doubling. The next major area to consider is the possibility of a mint mark error. In 1995, pennies were minted in Philadelphia and Denver. Those from Philadelphia carried no mint mark, while those from Denver carried the D mint mark. Mint mark punching errors were far more common in earlier decades, but even in the 1990s, irregularities could occasionally happen. Imagine a 1995 D penny where the mint mark was accidentally double punched, shifted slightly, or partially rotated. Imagine a mint mark that appears distorted due to die abrasion or one that overlaps the base of the date because of slight misalignment. These tiny details fascinate collectors, and mint mark anomalies can dramatically increase interest, especially when combined with other rare errors already present on the coin. Now imagine that this hypothetical 1995 penny features a previously unknown mint mark variety, one that experts have never seen before. A mint mark that appears lower than normal, or higher, or at an unusual angle because of a fleeting mechanical glitch in the minting equipment. A mint mark phenomenon so rare that only a single example escaped the mint before the issue was corrected. A one-of-a-kind mint mark anomaly can instantly elevate a coin into the realm of million-dollar valuations, especially when the anomaly exists in a popular year already known for doubling. Now add another layer: striking errors. Striking errors occur when the coin is struck improperly. A slight misalignment might cause the design to shift, but extreme misalignments produce coins with large blank areas along the edges, severely distorted images, or unusual stretching of the letters. Imagine a 1995 penny struck dramatically off-center but still showing the full date and mint mark. Off-center strikes that preserve the date are among the most valuable striking errors. But imagine a coin struck 40% off-center, combined with doubled features and a mint mark anomaly. This combination would be so visually dramatic that collectors worldwide would immediately recognize it as one of the most valuable pennies ever created, but the fascinating possibilities do not end there. Another major area of interest is planchet errors. Planchets are the blank discs that become coins after they are struck by the dies. A clean, uniform planchet produces a normal coin, but mistakes in the planchet stage can create extraordinary rarities. One possibility involves incorrect planchet composition. In 1982, the United States Mint transitioned from copper to copper-plated zinc for all pennies. But mistakes can happen, and rare instances exist where later pennies were struck on old copper planchets or even on foreign planchets accidentally mixed into the supply. Imagine a 1995 penny struck on a copper planchet from a previous era. Imagine it weighs more than usual, sounds different, and registers a metallic signature that should not exist in a coin from 1995. This alone could be worth a fortune. Another planchet error that could contribute to extreme value involves plating issues. Since 1995 pennies were copper-plated zinc, any failure in the copper plating process could result in exposed zinc patches, peeling surfaces, or two-tone color patterns that make the coin visually striking. Most plating errors are minor, but some can be spectacular, especially when combined with striking errors or doubling. A coin with a massive plating bubble, peeling copper, or exposed zinc core might appear unlike any other 1995 penny ever discovered. And collectors adore unique visual errors because they tell the story of the minting process in a way that jumps off the coin instantly. We also must consider die damage. As dies wear down from striking millions of coins, cracks can develop. These cracks create raised lines or patterns on the finished coins. In some cases, die cracks can stretch across the coin in dramatic, lightning-like shapes that collectors refer to as die breaks. A die break across Lincoln's portrait, especially if it intersects the doubled lettering of Liberty or the date, can significantly increase desirability. Imagine a lightning-shaped die crack running across the top of Lincoln's head, through the word Liberty, and down through the numerals of the date. This would make the coin one of a kind. Now imagine combining doubling, a mint mark anomaly, an extreme off-center strike, a dramatic die crack, and a planchet error into one single coin. This is where values reach staggering heights. When even one of these errors appears on a coin, it can become valuable. But when multiple errors overlap one another in the same coin, the rarity multiplies exponentially. The odds of these independent error types occurring together are astronomically low. A coin with 5 or 6 major errors becomes not only rare, but historically significant. It becomes a minting accident that may never happen again. Collectors value rarity above all else, but they also value story. And a 1995 penny with a perfect storm of errors tells an astonishing story about how unpredictable the minting process can be. It becomes a coin that collectors discuss for generations, one that appears in textbooks and documentaries, one that is mentioned in articles and displayed at shows. A $460 million valuation seems unbelievable, but in the world of rare coins, the combination of absolute uniqueness and global interest can result in astonishing prices. Another important factor contributing to the value of such a coin is condition. Most pennies endure rough circulation. They get scratched, worn, stained, corroded, and exposed to the elements. But imagine that this hypothetical super-error 1995 penny is found in nearly pristine condition, perhaps fresh from a mint bag or a roll that was never opened. The combination of a dramatic error and perfect preservation would push it far beyond the value of a damaged or heavily circulated example.